Right, guys, let's get cracking. Let's get straight into it. I do apologize for not doing an opening bell stream earlier, and also I didn't cover the vertical aerospace earnings, so I am sorry about that. But look, if you can hear me, I am a six the dog at the moment, so that is why I've a bit of news going on for interactive brokers. So look, oh yes, we've just got a order of hood filled there. So look, I'm gonna be honest. We've started off with $500 here. Market is in complete turmoil, and I thought I ain't throwing 2 grand at this just for people to take the mick out of me and try and get me to lose money. So once we start building trust in the space, yeah, I will start throwing more and more cash into it. But look, do feel free to jump in and look, have your say. What stocks do you want us to buy? No, I'm still getting to grips with interactive brokers right now, so it is gonna take some time to get used to, but I did do 3 buys today. We will get into what's going on in the whole market right now. I do realize I'm lagging a little bit. I will try and correct that, but at the moment, I think we're gonna have to just run with it. But yeah, so I bought a little bit of Rocket Lab. Well, a little bit. I bought 1 share of Rocket Lab. I got in at what? 66 6601. I got in there. Horizon Aircraft, we did get 2 buys in. Cost basis is now 145. You've heard me go on saying about Horizon Aircraft how 180 was on my always my buy range, and then Horizon Aircraft, they give up that $180 range. So yes, I had to jump in when Horizon Aircraft was on sale. I think we're at resistance here at 140. Yes, we've seen it tapping around 138, 139, but I think 140 is resistance here. After that, I don't know. We could be looking at 115, if not $1. Now, I'm gonna play a little bit differently. Yes, if you go under the dollar, you go get worrying when it comes to NASDAQ compliant. Now, speaking to Brandon, the CEO, Horizon Aircraft can get bailed out by the Canadian government before they would have to either reverse split or they would get delisted off the NASDAQ. So, I'm not too worried about Horizon Aircraft. To go under that dollar, I will be firing it forward. Well, Saddle says, Horizon and Archer, how are they going to be able to raise capital for productions? Listen, I wouldn't be too worried about Archer. They have $2 billion in cash at once, so they're sitting pretty safe. It's not like they desperately, desperately need a capital raise right now. If things get worse, then Beta and or things are getting worse for just Beta and Archer, and then I sell everything, including my shoes, and load up. Yeah, good plan, Wild Saddle. Horizon Aircraft, that would be the only thing that worries me is we're getting to that stage now where the market cap is dropping so low that if they needed to raise capital, it is getting very, very dangerously low. Hi, Redwire and Horizon Aircraft. Okay, we can put up a poll about Redwire. Um, you weren't interested when I told you about CVV yesterday. Where's CVV sitting today, my guy? Bet it's ran because you are an absolute genius when it comes to which one was it? I presume it's this one. They're up 37% today. Fast CNC just seems to be making money when all of us are being completely shot to bits. So, Chris, well done again on that. Then I jumped in on Robinhood. Robinhood's down about 50% from its all-time highs. And if you think Robinhood is the worst performer of the S&P at the moment, so Robinhood, I had to jump in there. Got in 70, 26, the average cost basis there. And I'm actually quite happy with that because I could see a nice run up. But we're going to have to play this a little bit differently. If we're starting with $500, we are going to have to go into some speculative plays. We want to grow this quick. However, I'm not a man for extreme speculative plays, but it's how we're going to have to actually play it. I bought back into SHMD today, added to TE, little taste of Lunar as well. Did Lunar pull back today? I know space stocks have been taking an absolute hit. Horizon needs a partnership, like no. And the thing is, I think it's getting so worrying for Horizon Aircraft at the moment when it comes to any sort of institutional backing will not come near the company right now. Volumes on the floor, and we just seem to be falling. But anyone that is not happy with their position when it comes to Horizon Aircraft, it's an ideal opportunity right now. So do let me know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jump in and we're gonna put a poll up. Um, I did put, are you still confident that we'll finish this week green? 21% are still backing it. They're saying yes. 64%. So it's funny how sentiment has completely changed. 64% says no, they won't, and then 14% is honest. They're saying they're getting really worried right now. Right. What we're gonna do, we're gonna see, do we jump into red wire? Do let me know. Do we jump into a bit of red wire? We'll go across the market right now. So looking, VU sitting pretty flat today. So 0.04%. Ondas. Remember Chris's favorite stock, Ondas? Again, it's defying the market. It's up 0.92%. Zeta, after that massive push yesterday, we're down 7.76, so extreme pain there. Iron down 1.68%. UMAC still falling 2.88% down. Archer Aviation cannot catch a break at the moment. 416 down. This is what we said. Did we anticipate Archer going into the $5 range? Could it go to the $4 range? Exactly. It could go all the way down to around 350. So this is not surprising me right now. Am I jumping into Archer on the portfolio? Not particularly, because I can't see a reversal anytime soon for Archer Aviation to the macro to jump forward. Joby Aviation, surprising me, down 1.08%. Joby keep taking away, but look, we were down towards that $9 range. Redwire up 0.43%. Look, I had my great story about Redwire where I bought in at $14. I was trading it up and down to that $20 range, and then I got caught with my pants down at $15. Rode it all the way down to 5, got out at around 8, I believe. But I'm thinking about jumping back in there because even if I get back in, a 50% run will bring me back to where I originally bought in. PENW down 432. Guys, did you see Vertical Aerospace actually down 16%, I believe. They're now in the dollar range. So getting very, very worrying for Horizon Air, or not for Horizon Aircraft, for Vertical Aerospace, and it's a great, great opportunity for Archer to snap that up right now. But at the same time, do you want Archer snapping up another eVTOL company? If yes, like our friend said earlier, they won't be able to cash raise. So you don't want to just be throwing capital down the drain. Tesla defying the markets. Yes, it's all to do with Terafab and linking with SpaceX to their factory. Horizon Aircraft seems to be recovering. We said that 140 was resistance, and look, we seem to be firing back quite nicely there. So 148. So I'm now gone green on Horizon Aircraft. Lunar down 6.75%. So we can see why Chris is getting into Lunar today. Intuitive Machines 6.79% down, 1893. If you're bullish on that whole moon mission and creating a moon base, Lunar is a great buy for you right now, guys. ADMA. This is why I don't get involved in these biotechs. 14.86% down. Complete capitulation though. ATAI 0.74%. Beta Technology is down 2.29%, actually defying it quite nicely. Planet Labs seems to have recovered a little bit. We went all the way down to what, 31.24 or so, but we seem to be climbing back up, 32.29 right now. Zstacker says for 700 hover under 140, haha, no liquid capital. Look, we're starting to all run out of powder right now. But yeah, we then have. So what do I have there? 40 shares of Horizon Aircraft portfolio sitting at 505.83. Vass says stick to space and defense. I'm 10% liquid. Are we just going to call Chris the next? Not even Warren Buffett. Peter Lynch, someone like that. We're going to start calling Vass CNC Chris Peter Lynch. He just seems to make money when the rest of us keep losing money. And you know what? The great thing about Chris, he calls it about a day or two before it happens. We seen there yesterday, he was calling for CVV. CVV up 39% today on a day like today. So congratulations to Chris. Going across, only 4 people have voted. Do we buy Redwire? We're 50-50. We need a majority vote. So guys, do jump in and vote. Do we buy Redwire? Next we'll do we load up on Horizon Aircraft? I think we get a nice response to that too. No, we don't want to completely blow the load today, Eva, because I'm expecting quite a bit more pain. Yes, we're talking small money at the moment, 505. Look, 505 is big to someone that would be starting investing. So at the same time, it'd be nice to collect people along the journey. But I want to run this as a community challenge where we can all have a say in what we will buy. But you know what? Next stock that Vast CNC says we are jumping straight into it, and I promise that. I like Drunken Miller. I lose money too. Everyone wants to be a gangster. No one wants to be a gangster. I love that, Chris. Chris, have you any great opportunities going today? Wild Saddles, Joby, 150% more market cap than Beta. I think Beta is going to surpass them with their charging network. Cargo flights, Surf Air deal for passengers, I believe, all under the eVTOL integrated pilot program. E-Trip says, yo, Injustice, rewatch the Archer Maker autonomous aircraft. I forgot all about that one. Maker was a pretty exciting aircraft. I think I'm starting to enjoy the research that is being done in this space at the moment because getting back to the roots, why are they invested in um, Archer aviation? And that's what makes it. It's what strengthens your thesis during times like this. I like Velo and Ondas going into earnings. UMAC and Rocket Lab have good entries, though a bit safer. I have one share of Rocket Lab. I don't want to overexpose in Rocket Lab right now. Like that would be 10% of that portfolio. I don't know why this isn't updating because we can see net liquidity up there is 512. Um, I don't know why. Maybe this updates once per day. I don't know. Anyone that's in Interactive Brokers, can you help me out here? Why is this graph not updating? Um, do let me know. I've had to put my screen over there because I've realized behind that screen, yeah, it actually says my account number. And I tried everything to try and get my account number down. But I don't particularly want to share my account number because someone could just, I don't know, call them up and pretend to be me. So yeah. Kratos as well. Do you know what? I need to stop being so negative against the defense industry, and I need to start listening to what Chris is saying because many, many times Chris has been right. Let me see. Let's pull up a poll then. Okay, so 75% do not want us to buy red wire. Okay, what we'll do, we're gonna put a few of Chris's um, stocks in. Okay, what else did you say? I don't particularly want to add any more Rocket Lab just because we have them in their velo. That's not fun. Do jump in, vote in that poll. No, please don't vote in that poll if you have no notion on any of these four stocks. We want a solid bit of information coming through there. So, guys, do let me know. No, let me go back to it. The DT Rich says, can't wait until Andrew hit the market. Yeah, I am so excited for Andrew to IPO. I can't. Right. What about GME earnings? Dumper pump. You can't predict them, but I want to stay away from GameStop. I can't even lie. Um, Vassian C, you're no fan of Beta Technologies. Vassian C, what's wrong with eVTOL? Beta's gaining. Do you know what though? I feel like the drone industry is coming to fruition a lot quicker than eVTOL is, and eVTOL is a lot more risky than that drone industry. Um, for eVTOLs to do well, the drone industry will be doing well. So I can completely see why VASCNC is in the drones. And it's a bit like Wild Saddle saying, "Why are you not in drones and why are you in eVTOLs?" You get me? So I can see 100%. We all have our sectors that not that we're married to, but we enjoy. eVTOLs I made money on last year. The theme is dead. They don't have demand signal from the markets. Maybe interested next year. Too high capital expenditure and too much technical debt. All electric flight is a relic of the ESG years. Horizon is the most interesting, mainly if they scale the 5x as a drone. Ooh, do you want us to look Ondas? We have 3 votes, guys. I'll give you a minute to jump in and vote. Ondas. How heavy are we going to go into Ondas? What do we have? We have $350 of buying power. Do let us know. Um, Horizon Aircraft up to 151. Our average is 145. So we're doing okay with Horizon Aircraft. Rocket seems to have come to our average is 6601 and it's currently at 6688. Robin Hood still dropping, but is recovering a little bit. Rocket Lab is or Robin Hood is now at 69.75. Right, jumping back across Ampex. Holding that $18 range, 1805 at 3.37% down. Are many of you bullish on batteries, guys? Do let me know. Also, smash that like button. The more people that smash the like button, the further and further we go out. And yeah, don't be afraid. Jump in. Have your say. What stocks do you want to buy? Um, Vass says he is 13% or in Ondas and a response fee long in options. Is options something you guys would want us to do? I'd want to actually stay this portfolio a little bit, maybe if we get to $10,000 and then we can start trading options. But I don't want to start messing with options now and completely blow our account to bits this early on. So, guys, is options something you lot are interested in? Okay, 75% have voted on Ondas. Okay, so last CMC, jump in. We have how much left? We don't want to be painfully high. With $350, how much will we throw into Ondas? Do let me know. And for some reason, I don't particularly like this. You can only change the quantity. Oh no, on this one you can actually change. On your phone, you can't change the light path is CNC's highest constant display. Right. I actually think this will be a complete whitewash if I pull it up. Do I wanna buy any more Horizon aircraft now? Not particularly, because I'd be overexposing myself in Horizon aircraft, and particularly since they have Iran back up again. Also, guys, can you do one thing for me? Jump in and see in the live chat, see that reactions right down on the bottom right corner. Can you please spam that maybe 20, 30 times? It really helps me in the algorithm. I seen a massive spike yesterday when it started happening. So whether you're throwing a heart, whether you're throwing a party, whether you're throwing I don't know, anything. I'll start doing it here and you'll actually see it coming up. I can see you guys doing it. I can see some of you doing hundreds. I can see some of you guys doing hearts. Um, just keep spamming it and spam it for a while for me. It really helps me out. Um, Vaccine C, I was the UMAC vote. Go 10% of the portfolio for picks. Cap at 10 positions. I agree. Um, treat it like an ETF. So you think put $50 into UMAC, $50 into ONDS. Yeah. Ooh, I have numlock on there. I want to confirm that with you fast. Cheddar, just don't overexpose yourself, bro. I completely agree. We don't want to overexpose ourselves in, um, especially in speculative plays. Now, I've known Vast for a while, so I do trust. And look, it's not Vast's fault. Um, Worst comes to worst, we blow this up. We just put in $500 in, yeah. But it was different with 2 grand, and we started messing about. Then I don't want to be putting another 2 grand into a project in a week's time. Where'd you get your ideas from? Are you a full-time investor? Treat it like an ETF. Vas, can you come back to me? $50. We agreeing with that? $50 in UMAC, $50 in ONDS. Cheddar, any picks for me at the moment? Anything looking tasty? Guys, do let us know. Um, that's why I'd recommend I try not to have more than 10 positions unless you know what you're doing. You lose focus and stop paying attention. I completely agree with you. We can do a limit order, or are we just going to go straight in? Look, we're getting towards the end of the market. ONDS seems to be pushing up right now. I'm not actually too confident that this is updating. Great. So what we'll do, we'll go across the trading view and see what's happening. Okay. It's touched down. That seems to be bouncing back up a little bit. Are we just going to get a bounce there? Will we just get that filled? Are we getting too picky at this low? Ondas now at 1087. We'll go for 1085 and we'll see if it'll submit it. What is this saying? Right. Stats Ondas. SPCE might be worth a punt 240. I promised myself I'd never get back into Virgin Galactic. However, I'm actually quite excited. I'm a bit of an idiot, yeah. I am quite excited about what they're doing. Could be worth a punt, but I think I would be generationally hated if I started getting back into Virgin Galactic. However, I could put a vote up and we'll see. Could we get into Virgin Galactic again? It could be a nice little one to play. Liam, save your money for an investment in beta. Wait until after the stock lockup period. You are in love with beta, my guy. To grow this portfolio quick, it will not be in eVTOLs. It won't be necessarily everything eVTOLs. So yeah, I wouldn't be banking on beta, but we can put a poll up. I'm a data analyst, started investing this time last year because the new administration, you just need to look through the executive orders to know what to play. Of all of the space opportunities, you're looking at Virgin Land. Look, if Anne is bullish on space tourism, I can see maybe why, but personally, I steer clear of Virgin Galactic. Look, this is a community portfolio, and if many of you guys want us to get into Virgin Galactic, we can jump into Virgin Galactic as well. It's not going to be completely me controlling this. What are we? UMAC at the moment is currently trading at 15.33. So will we? Are we on a downtrend? We'll put a limit order in for 15.30 and see what happens. Right. Outside of the lab, I like Iridium the most. How do you guys feel about Firefly? Are you guys bullish on Firefly? I don't really look too much into them, but I know some people are quite excited about Firefly. Thanks. Yes, agreed. That's how I did best before Trump. I just followed the presidents. What they wanted to do, I guess Trump threw me off since I can't figure him out. Trump is the easiest to read. He's the most transparent grifter we've had. Trump is so easy to read completely, and I think he is an open book. Um, sorry, please. My nose just keeps absolutely. How about ASTS? Anne says ASTS is actually it's in a buy range at the moment. It's pulled back. I like ASTS. I've never invested in them, but I wish I had. We were talking about ASTS. You can look when we first started the channel. We were talking about ASTS. I think they were at 290 or something at the time. You can go back and find that video to show that I wasn't lying. 87.21. The thing is with ASTS, it does run, doesn't it? I'm in a 5-minute. That is somewhere out like that. What'd they go around to? I think we're getting to a make or break point, aren't we, with ASTS? It's either going to run massive or we could be in for a lot more pain. When Firefly gets 5 successful launches in a row, I'll buy in. CNC, yes, he's so hated by the other side, thus I do not know what is going to happen. I also like VOYG, Planet Labs, and Black Sky. Have you seen Rocket Lab? There's talks about people wanting them to acquire Black Sky. Planet Labs, at the moment, they're just so expensive, aren't they? I would guess, given our recent turn from Mars to the Moon, we should focus on companies that are working towards Moon project and technology, aside from swing trades. I actually think this is how we're going to have to run this portfolio. Is a lot of swing trading to just get it off the ground first of all, and it'll be a lot more fun for you guys if I just went full long term investing in this portfolio. I'd say I'd get very boring very quick for you guys. Um, Horizon Aircraft, we did go quite nicely there. Should have. I got in another. Does it show my bias? Yeah. So originally, I had to re-verify my account. I was gonna buy 34 at 149, but I'm glad I didn't. Bought 30 at 146. Bought another 10 at 139. I just wanted to confirm that was resistance level. Um, and then if we went any lower than that, I was thinking 120, 115 maybe, and then again around 90 cents. So I didn't want to overexpose, especially when you guys had not even seen the portfolio yet. Imagine I came to you and said, "Yeah, we're completely we have no powder left." Liam just went on a rogue mission and started buying Horizon Aircraft on the way down. I'm sure you would have been happy. Guys, do smash that like button as you're coming into the stream. Now, let me see. Um, Todd says, "Hello, Liam. Nice to have you. A big thank you, my guy. I am so sorry I wasn't here earlier for vertical aerospace earnings or for the opening bell. I'm as sick as a dog at the moment, and yeah, I'm just taking every stream as it comes right now. Um, I'm feeling all right. I think we're all systems go for aviation podcast um, later on today. So myself, Dylan, and Goat Games for an archer aviation podcast. So yeah, make sure you stick around for that too. No, guys, any other stocks you're interested in right now? A lot of the moon money will go to private companies. Lunar, Redwire, and VOYG are probably the best public companies for that sub segment. That's what I'm getting excited about Redwire right now, and I think it's one of the most undervalued in that whole space sector, aside from the Boris House primes. Yeah, I agree with you. Um, how do we feel about Elon and the whole Tesla, SpaceX, XAI all working together? Starting to be a right little juggernaut, and not that it wasn't before, but yeah, it's starting to be a right little juggernaut right now. Just save your cash and wait for the SpaceX IPO. I love that, and um, we could make quite a bit of money there. Dylan, hope everyone's doing well. Dylan, exciting to speak to you. I am so sorry about the Vita week this week, but big thank you for covering it on X Spaces. You completely smashed it there. So, guys, if you haven't, make sure to follow Dylan11 on X. Dylan does put out quite a few nice bits of content, not quite a few. He puts out solid bits of content. Todd, big shout out, my guy, a new member. As a new member, do you know what? Jump in, let me know what are your highest conviction plays, and we'll have a look at them for you right now, my guy. How can we see your portfolio? Hard to see, small font. Is it hard to see? Right. I don't know how this works. No, I can't zoom in. Right. Do you know how I have to do it going forward, my guy? Todd says, I will. Thanks again, bro. No problem, my guy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, my guy. Um, While saddled, do you know what I'll have to do if you're finding it hard to see the portfolio? This is on the desktop at the moment. However, I'll probably have to sign in on the web, and then I'll be able to zoom in for you. I don't wanna do that right now because my account number is showing up there, and I do realize every time I make a trade, my account number is showing, but I need to find ways of, getting around that or just securing up this a little bit more, just because I don't want some melons just completely rob us, innit, guys? Um, get on your large language model and ask for price to sales on a list of space names. That'll give you an idea of the undervalued opportunities. Lunar is at a good level where I made a play, just a lot of swing. Fast CNC, great. I think Lunar is a good one. I'd researched them earlier before starting to invest in the vehicle crash, although I'm mainly out of it. Well said. What is your portfolio looking at? I don't wanna know your positions. I don't care how much money you have. I just wanna know what stocks you're invested in. Do let me know. Right. Let me see. Um, right, I've just asked a question there. What is your favorite stock right now? Do jump in. Let us know what your favorite stock is right now. Also, please go back to the chat there and smash them reactions. Smash that heart. Smash that party. Do whatever you can. Let's make enough noise in this space at the moment. Going back to the markets, how are we looking as we come towards the end of the day? 0.22 down on VU. Ondas is 0.55. So it's been quite flat. Ondas doing quite well. Zinc is down 7.13%. Iron is down 2.32. Dylan is saying names and then also the financial sector that has been getting beat down. Yes. And then Zed Stacker says Horizon Aircraft, while Saddle says LNC stock. We will have a look at these in a minute, guys. Unusual Machines down 4.57. Yes, they did have that cash raise. Yes, Ondas did acquire a lot of their shares, but Chris has said, and he is a specialist when it comes to these drone plays. He says this is a great position right now for UMAC. Henrik says Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab's my baby as well. I love it. Um, Rocket Lab is his favorite position. Archer cannot catch a break. 5.09% down, 559. Guys, do we expect to bounce tomorrow, especially with Jobid? Look at this little gap here that we could fill over the next month or so. Todd, Rocket Lab is his biggest position. Redwire down 1.81%. Redwire is looking quite tasty right now, but you guys did vote against it, so I appreciate that. PANW down 3.96%, Nvidia down 0.23%, Tesla up 0.74. Remember when we said Tesla was a nice buy around that? Now, I'm gonna be honest, I said around 372, which would have been around here, but it did drop all the way down to around 365. I actually think it dropped to 362. Look, today we're trading at 383. Would have been a nice little buy there. Horizon Aircraft is making a slight little recovery there. Well, slight recovery, a massive recovery. It was down 19% at one stage. Lightpath is my biggest position. I never trim. Fast C says a little left in beta. I've almost sold out of it. While Saddle says, Dylan says, sorry, man, this is a crazy market time as playing defensive war stocks to the chips data center consolidation and then to the higher beta names and then those financial getting beaten up in the S&P. SoFi, that's another one, guys. SoFi, would you guys want that? I'll wait for intuitive machines for the spacecraft to topple over before getting back in. Does anyone know when it's due to launch? I actually, guys, would you be able to double check that for Anne there? When is the third spacecraft intuitive machine due to launch? For anyone that doesn't know, they've had two partial. I Was the first one partially successful? The second one was partially successful. They got a little bit of data, but it's all to do with them landing legs. Is it they're not strong enough, or they're just at the wrong angle and they come in at too quick for an approach? And it just topples every single time. Um, Space is hard, but look, we're hoping and sure if machines do smash it. Redwire has the best price sales right now across my space list. I compared results from Gemini and ChatGPT. Do you ever use Grok, Vas? Which your favorite out of them? Um, ChatGPT, Grok, or Gemini? Um, yeah, was Redwire something like 5 point something price to sales? I can't remember off the top of my head. Lunar is down 11.03%. So yeah, might be a nice little opportunity. Um, let's go back to ADMA completely give it up. Seems to have found a little bit of a base there around 1150, but down 15.60%. ATAI, this was the antidepressant drugs company, is sitting quite flat. So found a nice level there. Beta is it seems to be holding this range around that $15. It's down 2.86%. Planet Labs down 5.71. Remember Christian the last day that sold Planet Labs right up at the top here. Um, Grok is hot trash for now. I think it'll be a contender soon. Claude is my favorite though. I never used Claude. I'm not gonna lie. Well Saddle says fly. They have the most opportunity for future moon rovers. AMPX down 4.12%. Rocket Lab down 2.31%. ASTI down 1.86%. ASTI actually did excite me. Ascent Solar. EOS, the large battery storage, is down 3.56%. Ion Q, Quantum seems to be doing okay today. After that run yesterday, they seem to be doing okay. Sitting quite flat, 0.39%, 33.24, but still a nice opportunity. RGTI, 0.25 with Qbit up 1.36. INFQ is up 7.62 to 1031 with FEIM down 1.33. IBRX has completely collapsed today, down 21.06. SoFi is a massive buy right now, down 2.07. Guys, I think SoFi is a massive opportunity in that fintech space. And are we expecting rapid growth like we've seen with Robinhood? Not particularly. I don't expect so, but I think it'll be a slow and steady little earner over the next few years. Velo, the 3D printing manufacturer that this was who Vas said helped with the Falcon 9. So they are up 1.51%. Look, it's not a coincidence that every single one that Vas CNC has quoted to us, they're up during times like this. Robinhood did buy them today. They are down 3.81%. But look what I mean about Robinhood, and they just keep doing great things. Robinhood, from all time highs, why are we? All time high of 154. We're sitting at 69 right now, I think, on the next major run. Robinhood will start moving forward. Liam, if you could just put your stock list in the comment section, only need the ticker, no information needed. Thanks. What we own in the community portfolio. So, okay. So we have Rocket Lab, we have HOVR, we have HUD, we have Ondas, and we have UMAC. I hope that helps. Um, my guy. Right, jumping back across. So it looks like Rocket Lab seems to be the favorite going across the comments right now. Rocket Lab seems to be selling off against it. Nah, we say sell off. The whole macro environment is selling off today. I expect Rocket Lab to run quite nicely on this next push up, and um, as CNC says, space is going to take off by sure in this next few years as well. With a SpaceX IPO, we can't bank against that. And then yeah, like Neutron, but it's not even Neutron. Once Neutron gets up and away, imagine the amount of space systems. Imagine the constellation we can get involved once we have the ability to have a medium lift launch vehicle. Right. So we're about 10 minutes away till the end of the market. Let me jump across to X and see what's going on. At the moment, in the likes of, it's going to be a lot about Iran, isn't it? So today, I believe JD Vance is on his way to Pakistan for peace talks with Iran. Iran are open to peace talks. President Trump has officially declared war has been won against Iran, and he thinks they're going to end it. Can't tell you for sure, though, he says. President Trump says Iran gifted US a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money related to oil and gas. Now, we have seen today that the Strait of Hormuz seems to be moving. What's happening there is Iran are charging $2 million per ship to go through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, European ships are going through, everything is going through apart from US and Israeli ships. Only problem here is Iran have complete control of it, and that is one of the conditions that Iran has stated if they want complete control of the Strait of Hormuz, and therefore generate income next to nothing if they're charging everyone 2 million to go through it. It's like a little tax, isn't it? I don't think Trump will settle for that. Um, Vaz says Lunar has better entry on the chart though, looking at the daily bottom of the RSI and MACD opening. They probably gave us millions of barrels of oil. I was thinking of that, yeah. So they were letting the Chinese ships through just to generate income for themselves and keep the relationship great with China. And then I was like, why can't the US just intercept them and take it for themselves? But then you're upsetting China, so I can kind of see why. But then at the moment, we still have B-52s on their way. We have Marines ready to go in. So I think this next 5 days is going to be pivotal. I would expect Friday, for threat to go down after the market closes, and then I expect over the weekend puzzle talks to take place. I think we will start getting a release coming in towards next week. No, it's not going to be a flick of a switch. We know there's around a dozen mines in the Strait of Hormuz that said it can take up to 5 days to open up, and then we have a bottleneck. We have a backlog of ships there. So yes, you'll see an initial release or relief in the price of oil, but it take a few months to get back to the level we were at, and that's being optimistic, if I can say the least. Right, guys, smash that like button again for me, and also bang that subscribe if you are new here. We have not been growing, I can tell you, over the past week, we have not got one new subscriber since we started this project up. So if you want us to continue with this project, um, do make sure you're doing everything you can for us, whether it's smashing the like button, whether it's smashing the reaction button, whether it's getting involved in the chat, do do it. Hey Liam, we had a big hover sale today. I reorganized my portfolio a bit, increased my hover position by 30%. It's my highest conviction stock. So I felt I had to at those prices. Horizon, great little sell off. Today it's back to what 146 at the moment. Our average is 145. We have 40 shares in our portfolio, guys. Anyone who doesn't know, you can see our net liquidity up here is 508. I don't know, is this updating at the moment? Maybe I think going forward, I'm not going to use the desktop version. I think I'm going to use it straight off the internet because this this is wrecking my head. Um, and especially if you cannot see what positions we're in here, I'll be able to zoom in for you guys. Farmer Boy says, I think by late summer this will almost or it will almostly be behind us. Yeah, it will. I think by the end of April, I think it needs to be behind us. So yeah, I agree with you. My Horizon average is now 164. Sold all my eVTOL shares for a loss to buy more Horizon. I don't blame you. I think it's getting scary times for vertical aerospace right now. Like, let's have a look where vertical aerospace are sitting. They're, last time I ever looked, they were down 16%. It's a long day for them. 19% down. 282. I said as soon as we fell below that $4 range, it was going to get very dangerous. Now we're in the $2 range. It just cannot catch a break. What's their market cap at the moment? 277 million. Would you like to see an acquisition from Archer Aviation? However, Archer Aviation, um, if they blew what 10% of their cash, 20% of their cash, would you be unhappy with that? Considering you wouldn't really want a cash raise at this type of level for Archer Aviation, even. So, yeah, it's getting worrying times. While Saddle says I'm going to look at executive orders for the rest of the day and try to get the insight where the government's money is going to which companies and industries. Kratos, Lockheed Martin, defense at the moment, my guy, I believe. Firma Boy says, yeah, I added 5,300 Horizon shares. Dry powder, gone for now. Great little buy. Great little buy. Great. Decent buy on a day like today. Where did you manage to get into Firma Boy? What was the Did you just go all in with the 5,300 or did you take little snips on the way down? Do let me know. I went in at 146 and then went in at 139 on this community portfolio. I didn't go in any heavier because I didn't want to overexpose myself and upset people before I even got to the portfolio. But yeah, the only thing that's green at the moment, it's not particularly green, it's 0.03% up, is Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab's 6619, Horizon Aircraft 145, Robinhood 6917, Ondas 1070, Unusual Machines 1515. But look, I'm not too worried, my guys. Um, Wild Saddle says, Andrew, why is it your highest conviction? Farmer Boy, all in. My average is $2, so I'm going meh, but I'm okay with it all. You know what? Solid. I appreciate people that just go helpful have jump straight in. So Farmer Boy, well done. I strongly believe in Brandon Robinson. I think it's one of the more versatile eVTOL stocks. Even though it's a hybrid, I feel it has one of the higher growth potentials too. No, it's needed. Um, If they can survive this next 18 months and come out with a similar amount of cash, I think we're gonna go for it. What worries me now is if we can't get any contracts and we're selling off, we can't maintain them type of levels, then it gets worrying when it comes to cash raises. But look, again, it shot back up to 151. So a lot seems to be happening today. Look, the volume is 2.69 million, where the average volume for Horizon aircraft is 869,000. So a lot's been happening today. Anyone buying any more Horizon aircraft? Did anyone jump into Horizon aircraft today? Seems like a lot of the bulls are jumping into Horizon aircraft, but I can see that many people would be getting scared at these types of levels. We've seen Horizon aircraft all the way at 50 cent. When I first started covering Horizon aircraft, it was at 50 cent. It was at 55, 60 cent. So, yeah, these type of levels don't worry me. You can see why I was calling for it at 370. Why aren't they diluting now? Because the amount of capital they could have generated make hay while the sun's shining, and this is exactly why, because you're now put in this position. But no, I'm confident. Firm Bite says I went all in because I woke up late after being awake for 24 hours and went all in today at 141. Okay, so you got right near the bottom. Um, no, fair play. To be fair, I wasn't. This sounds really bad. I wasn't up when market opens today. Market opened at 1:30. I usually get up, what, 5:30 or so, but I was as sick as a dog today. So, yeah, it's gonna be hit and miss whether I'll be doing streams this week. If I'm feeling up to it, yeah, I would be, but I needed to come on tonight because I needed to show you that I didn't just run off. I have opened a community portfolio for us guys. Andrew says I bought around 3,000 Harvard warrants today too. It was a bargain. My Harvard warrant average ended up being 29 cents. Hope you get better soon, bud. No, thank you so much, my guy. None of you, what's up? Big shout out, my guy. We finally opened the portfolio. We started with $500. We're currently in Rock Lab, Horizon Aircraft, Robinhood, Ondas, and UMAC. Liam, I found 300 quid on the back of the sofa today. Which should I go in? Horizon, Archer, or Kratos? You went pretty heavy in Horizon. Now at 150. You would lower your average, but what I'm gonna say what Chris said earlier. I would say Kratos, but it's not financial advice. Um, nice, love it on the portfolio. Congrats. No, thank you, my guy. We will be adding to it as we go forward. I just didn't want to throw 2 grand at a portfolio during times like this, blow it to bits within a week, and then put another 2 grand in. So I was thinking throw 500. If someone starts playing, messing around with me and try to get us to zero, yeah, we could just throw 500 and go again. But yeah, we will start adding to it. What about QuantumScape? They've been promising for commercialization of their solid state batteries for years, so they must be getting closer. And would you be able to send me the ticker for QuantumScape? We can have a look at that right now. We're going into closing bell, guys. So let's have a look at where we are going to finish up at. So we have had the S&P down today 0.33%. Ondas down 1.74%. ZT had a painful day, down 8.49%. Iron down 41.11, 2.49% down. UMAC cannot catch a break, down 569 to 1508. We jumped into UMAC today, but we'll see what's happening. Archer Aviation back to 550. It's getting scary now. 645. But look, I'm incredibly bullish on it. Can't believe this. Joby Aviation couldn't hold $9. down 3, 12. I can see Joby going down to 8, and I can see Archer going towards, I don't wanna say it, but 480. Redwire down 341. 906, great opportunity for anyone that wants to be exposed in space, but doesn't want to go after that whole launch. PANW is down 4.18, Nvidia down 0.21%. Tesla did defy the odds, up 0.6%. Horizon Aircraft, painful day, down 14.53% and finished at 147. Our average is 146. Lunar down 11.77 after that big run yesterday, and it is 17.92. Could be a nice little buy, guys. ADMA, this is why I don't invest in biotechs, down 16.78. ATAI sitting quite flat, 0.88, with beta down 4.48%, 1470. That's getting scared for beta. Planet Labs down 5.82. Remember Christian bought it, or didn't buy it, sold it all the way at the all-time high. Planet Labs is down. AMPX did not hold at $18. Okay, down 4.93%. I said my buy is at $14. So will we make it towards there? Rocket Lab, the one I love the most is 6605, down 2.87. Ascent Solar down 4.41 to 455. EOS, fan favorite, down 4.78%. IonQ down 121 with RTTI down 176. Quantum computing is up 163 with INFQ up 678. FEIM down 129 with IBRX having an extremely painful day. One is down 21, 12 to 742. SoFi FinTech Play is down 2.68. Velo, if you want, you get into that 3D manufacturing. They help with Falcon 9, 3.1% up. And Robinhood, I did get in. I think the average is around $70. It's down to 69.07, 4.72% down. Nania says it is quite disappointing for SoFi. It is. I completely agree with you. US is QuantumScape. How many guys are bullish on quantum? Okay, down 3.33. Let's see what QuantumScape has been doing over the past while. I feel like this is all quantum though, isn't it? Wouldn't be too. Could be a nice little entry point. They seem to be consolidating a nice little level there. 4.7 million market cap. Could be a nice little entry at 682, guys. Would you be excited about QuantumScape at 682? Do let me know. Not looking good for Archer if we start hearing about layoffs. Then yikes. I don't think we'll start hearing about layoffs because they're currently recruiting. So no, $2 billion in the bank. I'm not. I'm upset. I blew my load last week and didn't hold for lowers. Do you know what? It's the life of a retail investor, isn't it? I get you. This was quite exciting for me. Yes, we can say it's only $500, but you only restart a portfolio. Um, it feels like you have all this cash again. Like, look, we have 50% sitting in cash at the moment. So, yeah, let's talk about percentages, and eventually we will get up where we need to be. But yeah, and what we're gonna do is Todd became a member today, so that will go straight into the portfolio. So thank you so much for that, Todd. Then jumping across, Turner closed at 552. ELVA, EBAT, and AMPX are the better place to watch. Only played AMPX. Did you get into AMPX before that big run up? I presume you did. Um, I'm holding out to $14. Do you think it's a nice little buy right now? Nvidia is on sale, I agree. I think price targets are looking at, well over $200 now. That's my suggestion. ATAI analyst outlook is a buy with $14 price target. Hood lost all their mojo. I'm quite bullish on Hood, not gonna lie, not bullish on Quantum. It has taken too long to get to market. Vito earnings about to do. Oh, Vito are doing earnings right now, are they? In my opinion, Quantum is too early. I won't put money in it yet. I'm bullish Quantum sensing. You see Brandon's interview that came out yesterday, and Brian explained the financial game plan excellently. No, I haven't seen that yet. Anthony, would you be able to send that to me on X or send it to me on WhatsApp? Either or. Thank you so much, Mickey. Looks like the highest volume of the day was people buying Horizon at the close. I think AMPX earnings but took profits too early, left a lot of upside on the table. Do you know, at least you made money there, my guy. So congratulations on that. Thank you so much for that, Anthony. Guys, do you think this is a nice little addition having an actual portfolio for the community to play around with? We'll see as a community, can we do this together? This is where I want it to be a little bit different to the other open bell shows that are going around YouTube. I genuinely want you guys to control it more than myself and see as a hive mind, can we bring a portfolio from $500 to, I don't know, guys, you help me set a target. What do we want our target to be? We're not going to end there. We're going to continue pushing forward. But yeah, I think this could be an exciting little project. And it's not financial advice. Please do not be following our trades. Even though I know people are following our trades, but look, I want to be open and honest now. Do not be following what we're doing here. It's all for a bit of fun. And yes, I will try my hardest to make money, but at the same time, I am running a live stream at the exact same time. So please do your due diligence when you're doing your hard earned cash. Market likes Vito earnings. Let's see where Vito is. I cannot believe if you have made up 8.18%. I'm telling you, Chris is Peter Lynch. Fernboy, thanks for staying on top of the info. Super duper mega fan, Anthony. Anthony is a genius when it comes to Horizon aircraft. Oh, Vito still what 1401. Guys, Vito might have been a nice little buy to play on earnings there. Chris did suggest it before earnings did come out. Look, we're in UMAC, we're in Ondas. We're gonna see how Ondas earnings does play out. When is Ondas's earnings? Did you say it was tomorrow, Chris? Potentially could run Ondas earnings. It all depends. I don't want to promise anything. It depends how I feel. Um, I'm a six dog. I can't lie to you. My head was pounding, my throat through the roof, and my ears are just blocked. It's gonna be a strange little one later when we do a Archer Aviation podcast because I can hardly hear them. Yeah, if I start blabbing on and not answering Dylan or go against his question, that is why I haven't lost the plot completely. Guys, again, would you be able to jump in and react like mad? Jump in, smash the heart, smash the party emoji, smash the 100 emoji. Do whatever you can to get this stream out there. I am smashing the 100 there just to show you um, what it is like. Then let me. Look, we've lost another subscriber. I'm telling you guys, um, people just don't like this. You need Ondas tomorrow, more in pre-market. Potentially could run that. If I'm feeling all right, we can run that. Right. Anything happening in the market post hours? This is normally where we get some nice information on the conflict. Do we get any update? Okay, Archer have just done their 8th test flight in 13 days for N704AX. Do follow Louis Archer. Iran says they have one message for the American soldiers: come closer. So Iran are still making threats. Okay, so US have developed a 15-point plan to end the Iran war and claims Iran has agreed to many of the key points. Details includes many of the same demands for the US made during the last round of nuclear talks in Geneva. US has told US envoy has told Trump that Iran has agreed on giving up their stockpile of highly enriched uranium, which is great. They won't be able to make a nuclear warhead then. The document calls for zero uranium or enrichment in Iran. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is concerned Trump might strike a deal that falls well short of Israel's objectives. How do you feel about Israel's objectives, though? I just want the US out of there. I feel like Israel just want to end Iran, and I don't think they'll be happy with anything, but I don't want to get too political here. So, right, guys, do smash that like button on the way. I'm going to go and record Archer Aviation podcast. So thank you so much for coming to this. And yeah, I'm hopefully going to be here for Opening Bell tomorrow. So keep your eyes out for that one. Right, guys, until tomorrow.